I found it really scary, to be honest with you. We did not talk about our presentations at all to each other. I threw out the topic to them, and we said it had to be under 10 minutes, and I thank Carlo for only going 7, so I have 13 technically to still get you in under an hour. But it's my time hasn't officially started. This is just a preamble. It's amazing how connected I found all 5 presentations really are. The common themes and stuff like that. It kind of freaks me out sometimes. Joseph Campbell wrote a book called The Hero with 1,000 Faces. Very popular book. He talks about in it how there's common themes in mythology, common themes of stories that have been told through thousands and thousands of years that we pass on from generations to generations from way, way back. There's a common theme that he ran through. The hero starts in the ordinary world and receives a call to enter an unusual world. So begins. The hero faces tasks and trials and may have to face them alone or with assistance, your partner, your children, your co-workers. At its most intense, the hero must survive a severe challenge, often with help earned along the way. The stuff you learn from before, from childhood to teenagers, helps you in stuff from your... If the hero survives, the hero may achieve a great gift, which often results in the discovery of important self-knowledge. And lastly, the hero then returns and the gift may be used to improve everyone else. Very common to our own journeys that we have in our everyday lives. We have ups and downs that we face. We have people around us that are willing to help if we're open to. The point of the journey is the discovery of self-knowledge in order to improve ourselves and hopefully the collective consciousness. Collective consciousness is the average set of morals that we all have. For the most part, we all think murder is bad. Child abuse is bad. That's a collective consciousness. So anything we learn, we kind of put into that big pot of collective consciousness. So for me, my own journey into wellness started when I was very young. I was about 7 years old and ran my first mile with my dad. Yes, I love the headband too. Then I progressed on to doing triathlons, kid triathlons. And when I was a teenager, into sprint triathlons. And then on to crazier things because I needed to keep upping up the ante. So I did something in the desert and did a race there just a couple years ago, and that one was probably the limit of all my limits I've ever been to. That one taught me a lot of lessons that I still hold today. Lessons for myself, lessons that I try and live with my family, patience, things that I found that I didn't necessarily have, and things for the environment. Water. This was a shot of me on day 5, finally being able to have enough water to wash my shirt that I wore for 5 days. And let's just say I try not to waste a lot of water in the shower now. That's one of the lessons that I learned. And we go through these lessons all the time. We just got to be kind of a bit more aware of what's going on. That's been my path to wellness. Started when I was 7, and now it kind of freaked me out that the face is kind of similar and the look is the pose is film. It's kind of weird. So we all have our own path. Brian mentioned his new path. He's our fitness manager. He's got a huge path. He's also got a path of a father, a brand new father. He's also got a path of being a good husband, path to co-workers, and so on and so forth. We have all kinds of different paths, some of us more than others, but we all choose them. The one common theme I find in that path, the path that keeps us walking, that keeps us moving, is love. I know it's cheesy, but it's true. Love is what will slowly push us aside, push from behind, and if it's strong enough, can break through our chest and radiate out to everyone. That's how strong that emotion is. I think it's what, rules everything, or can rule everything. Love is the number one step in any journey, I think. Love makes me to live a limitless life in this world. It is like the lotus which lives in the water, which blooms in the water, yet the water cannot touch its petals. They open and go beyond their reach. That's the potential of everybody has. Everybody can be that pedal reaching up. That's what love does. Joe says you don't have to climb Mount Everest. I say you got to climb Mount Everest.
We can take different paths.
There's our path. There's our path of love right down in the corner. And we walk up to this and we think all is great. And when you get more love, you feel even happier. And when you even get more love, you feel even happier. And inspiration happens. That's the mountain. Inspiration happens, which is what Brian mentioned, which is very scary. Because for me, that's number 2. Inspiration allows you to decide, when you stand at the base of that mountain, 2 things. 1, do I want to go up? Do I have enough inspiration to go up? Or I'll just walk around it. It's a choice. So for some things, we decide to walk around. For some of us, we can handle traffic. For others, we can't. We all have our this or that, and that's what makes us unique. But for us, when we really feel inspired and we really feel we have enough energy, we start attacking that. It begs the question, maybe I can. You didn't know I was going to do this, did you? There are 2 ladies here, ironically, tonight, who inspired me, and I'll speak on Carlo's behalf as well. These 2 ladies have been training with us for a while. And they decided they wanted to take it to the next level. So we did a small CrossFit competition just last week. And they blew us away. They blew us away with their desire to try and push themselves to more limits. And there's inspiration everywhere. There's inspiration that I feel with coworkers that inspire me. Gary Caron inspires me. Gary's been here for 13 or 14 hours. He didn't have to come tonight, but he wants to make sure he supports his team. For me, that's inspiration. There's a few of you that are fitness members that I've known for years that come to all these things all the time. For me, that's inspiration. There's inspiration in these 4 walls. There's inspiration outside these 4 walls. So here's one of my favorites. Come to the edge, we said, and they said, no, it's too high. Come to the edge, we said, and they said, no, we will fall. Come to the edge, we said, and very reluctantly they came. And we pushed, and they flew. So the third point, love, inspiration, creation. Creative or to keep creating. A lot of people look at that and think that that's the goal. They reach the top of the mountain. I've made it. My goal was to lose 10 pounds. I made it. Fantastic. My goal was to do something like this, run a 5K. I did it. So you reach the top of the mountain, but what I often say in my class is, it's not what kills you on the way up. Most mountain climbers die on the way down. They've reached their goal, they're happy. No, you still have to climb down. You're only halfway. And that's where creation comes in. Creation is accomplishing something that you've set out to do and learning from it and implementing it into your life. So why do you want to lose 10 pounds? Why do you want to run a faster 5K? Why do you want to be a better tennis player? You have to think about that and think about what that is going to do for yourself and or your family and or everybody else. Michelangelo. I saw the angel in the marble and I carved it until I set him free. Sounds pretty simple. For Michelangelo, it probably was. But the question begs is, what do you want to create? What do you want to give back? What do you want to share? One of my favorite diagrams from a guy that has taught me so much, Paul Chek, is even though you might have reached that mountain, it never ends. The race might be over, the match may be over, your round might be over. Never ends. You're always trying to keep climbing up. And a lot of people get exhausted with that thinking, but to be honest with you, I can't think of anything else. What else is there to do? So you climb up that ladder, but you also just keep one hand down for anybody wanting to grab a hand as well. And you're always trying to reach up for the next hand above you that's been there before. One of my favorite stories that I'll be ending with is there was a guy who really wanted to meet the Buddha. So he started out on his journey to meet the Buddha. A couple days into it, he saw a man who was sitting there meditating, starving himself, sitting in the sun, sunburnt, not eating a lot of food. And the man jumped up and said, "Where are you going?" He goes, "Oh, I'm going to go see the Buddha." He said, "Can you do me a favor? Can you ask him how many more lifetimes I'm going to have to live before I reach enlightenment?" He said, "Sure, no problem, I'll do that." He walks another couple more days, sees another man dancing, laughing, having a great time. And he says, "Hey, what are you doing?" He says, "I'm going to go see the Buddha." He goes, "Cool, man." He says, "Can you do me a favor? Can you find out how many more lifetimes I have to live before I reach enlightenment?" He said, "Yeah, for sure. I'm already doing that for somebody else. No problem." Saw the Buddha. On his way back, he saw the first man first. He was very sunburnt now, very miserable. And he said, "So, did you find out?" He goes, "Yes. You have 4 more lifetimes to live." He started to cry. He left the man, went to the second man and saw him, and he was still laughing and dancing. And he talked to him for a while, and he says, "Oh, by the way, I asked the question." "Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. So, how many lifetimes do I need to live before I reach enlightenment?" He said, "See that tree over there? For every leaf that's on that tree, you have to come back before you reach enlightenment." The guy stood there and said, "Cool." And that's it. We always are trying to rush. We're always trying to be 1 week ahead. I got a very busy week next week, but I'm not trying to worry about it. All that we tried to do today was today. All we're trying to live is that one leaf that we're on right now. But it seems like we worry about all the other leaves. One guy had 4 leaves left, and he was miserable about it. One guy had 100 and said, "Hey, cool, because you know what? This is the coolest show on earth. This is the best movie we could ever have." So my 3 points: choose to love more. Act on inspiration. I love it when our ladies come to class on Tuesday or Wednesday after they watch The Biggest Loser. And man, it's one of the best workouts they give. And I love the people that watch The Biggest Loser and just eat more. One of my favorite quotes: "The biggest sin is just sitting on your ass." So act on inspiration. Lastly, create and recreate, because there's nothing else. There's nothing else to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.